All right, awesome. So, who's excited for our Super Saturdays? We have a lot of new people on the team, so some of you are probably, it's your first time. Let's try to get more people plugged in. Last week we had how many on the call? Like around 25 to 30. You should be tagging all your teams. Come on, like let's keep up that culture where we're always plugging in our team to these calls, because there might be one little thing that they'll hear that will completely change the business for them. So if you're not making sure that your team is on this call, you're actually doing them a disservice. So let's pack this out. I know some people pop in late, but you really, really want to make sure your team's on this. So tag people, bug them, spam them. All right, let's get started. So my name is Rosanna Rose. And for those of you that maybe it's your first time on a builder's call, maybe it's your first time experiencing the Super Saturday. So basically what we do is every single Saturday we have calls. We have our launch call, which is for new members. And then we have our builders call 3 p.m. Eastern time every single Saturday. So every week you'll be learning about new topics and related to the business, right? That's why it's called our builders call. It's specifically for builders. And hey, if there's a customer on your team that's curious about the business side, then you can definitely plug them in so they can see like, wow, the type of value we provide on builders call and just every single week in general, and just our calls with GC in general, there's so much value. But yes, let's drop some energy because we have our boot camp tomorrow with Heba and Zeke. Who's excited for this boot camp? If you have your cameras on, I wanna see some excitement. Drop some excitement in the chat. Noor. Yeah, exactly. Is she the one that's excited? Come on. I know Allison was vibing. Like always, she's always bringing the energy. Edwin's just there. Okay. All right. So this builders call, basically I want to warm you guys up for these social media boot camps, because we have 3 boot camps. Okay. This one is going to be on marketing. The one tomorrow is going to cover marketing on TikTok and Instagram and how to really take your business to the next level using these 2 platforms. And then the following week is going to be, I won't spoil it, but it's going to be a really good one. Next week, you definitely it's going to be a really good one. Tomorrow's going to be awesome. And then the week after, of course, we'll close with our final boot camp. But I kind of wanted to warm all of you up, because promoting and marketing is very important for your business. And I know we have a lot of new people on the team that maybe it's your first time hearing this information. We've definitely shared this before. I've spoken about marketing and promoting before on previous calls, but I wanted to bring it back because it's a good refresher. It's a good refresher. And those of you that have been in the Hunger Games challenge, every single day we were learning from industry legends and a lot of things applying to your business, to social media, just in general. So let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen with all of you. Let's see. And let me shout out some people that have their cameras on. Allison, of course, always with her camera on. Edwin, Noor, Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Eugene, Megan, Zeke, Hiba, Christian, and who is that? Juan. Cool. All right, awesome. Okay. So let's get this show on the road.
You missed Hiba.
I said Hiba. Hiba, did you not hear me? Hiba. I fully said your name out loud. It's okay. All right, so where is this document? Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, cool. So many of you have seen this before already, but I just wanted to go over it as a quick refresher, especially because we have a lot of new people and there might be some add-ons to this that, we can, from everything we've learned from the Hunger Games and also promoting. I want to talk about promoting, but I'm not going to get into too much detail because our boot camps are going to cover the detailed stuff. I'm just going to run through it. It's going to be more of a refresher, a warm up to kind of like excite you all for these boot camps, because the information we give in general, there's people that probably follow all of you on social media that wish they had access to this type of stuff every single day. There's people, even if they have their own businesses, maybe they're a lash tech, maybe they're a personal trainer, maybe they're a makeup artist, maybe they're whatever field they're in, everything we learn here doesn't just apply to network marketing. And I'm sure many of you agree, all the things we've learned, whether it's sales, closing, branding, marketing, it applies to anything. And I was telling some of the team the other day that if I learned everything I knew now while I was working my job before, because I was in sales before, and I was using social media to my advantage, even though I was working just like a regular job, I would have probably been like #1 in the whole country. Because even if you're working a regular job at the bank and you're in sales, if you use social media, if you use marketing, you use the closing, like everything we've been exposed to, you could use it for that. And I've actually seen people at the bank promote themselves on TikTok. And guess what? They become likable and people will want to go to their location to open that mortgage with them, to do the investment with them, to open the our ESP accounts, educational saving plans with them, like all of that stuff. So you don't have to be a network marketing to really, really value this. And even someone that wants to grow their brand, they're more than welcome to join us because they would use all of this and apply it to whatever they're doing. So promoting 101, those of you that have seen this presentation before, I'm hoping like you'll remember, right? But I really want to, and this, I want to focus on this because we're inviting, like we're really inviting for these boot camps. And the goal is to pack it out with like 100+ people because everyone is dying to learn about social media. Now, I know many of you know this answer, okay? The difference between an announcer and a promoter, but I know many of you have also never seen this before. So for those of you that have never seen this, what is the difference between an announcer and a promoter? I want to see it in the chat. Nobody knows? Promoter does the footwork, announcer just posts once. Announcer just puts flyer up. Announcers do the bare minimum. Yeah. So all of those are right. So like there's not like a one specific right answer, but that's basically what it is. An announcer announces it. Like an announcer will give the information, like the basic information. They'll just let you know like the dates, when it's happening. Benefits aren't really clear. They'll just say, hey, we have an event. Let's say as an example, you're announcing the boot camp for tomorrow. Hey, we have a boot camp, social media marketing with Hiba and Zeke at this time. And that's it. Free boot camp, open to everybody. But whoever sees that will be like, okay, cool, marketing. Like I've always been interested in marketing, but what else? So a promoter actually dives deep into the benefits, like what's in it for the people that are actually attending this boot camp. So that's what I want you all to really think about when you're promoting these boot camps. Don't just announce it and say the dates and the time and who's presenting and it's going to be the biggest boot camp ever or the most amazing boot camp. Okay, cool. But what is going to make it amazing? What is making this boot camp the most, like the biggest one? Like really talk about the benefits, because promoting goes beyond announcing. It's using marketing techniques, and you're really implanting the vision. Like you're planting those seeds to the people listening to you or watching you, and you're giving them the benefits. What are they going to get out of attending tomorrow's boot camp? What are they going to get out of attending the boot camps in the next 3 weeks? And that applies to anything. Like even for op calls, you don't want to just say, hey, op call. The thing is, I've seen many people use the term op call, but the reality is many people don't know what an op call is. What's an op call? If you just post a flyer, hey, opportunity call, Tuesday 9 p.m. or Thursday 9 p.m., nobody knows what an opportunity call is. So one thing I want to challenge all of you is stop using language or hold back from using language that we know, because if you think about outside people, they don't know those terms. They don't know that language, and so really simple it down for people. What is this? Instead of an op call, maybe call it like a webinar, or go more in detail. A webinar about the financial markets. You're going to learn about how you can get started, what tools you can use to make your learning experience less stressful, like use keywords that will kind of entice people to want to be on it. Because think of yourself, like all of you, I'm sure you've had salespeople come to you. You've had people, whether it's restaurants, clothing stores, whatever it is, they're trying to pitch you something. And you have those people that you look at and you're like, seriously, like, that's it. It doesn't make me want to buy this. It doesn't make me want to eat this. But then those people that make you like feel it without even tasting it or trying it on, that's the experience you want to give your people that are looking at you and listening to you. Like you want to kind of give them that experience and feeling, and that will really want them to be on the call or the event or whatever it is. So yeah, basically what I said, and the thing is with promoting, when you go more in detail, you actually attract the right type of people. How many of you have invited people to a call or to an event because you're just saying like, hey, free events, free call, free whatever, and you don't really go much into details, and you have all these people go on the call and none of them want to get started after, or some of them have like confused ideas of what the call was supposed to be about because you weren't clear. That's happened to me before, and I'm sure it's happened to many of you, and that's okay. But that's why we learn from our experiences, and we realize, okay, when we promote and we actually share the benefits of what this call is going to be, then we actually attract the right people. We attract our target audience. And really think about your target audience. Like if you're someone that's targeting, let's say, mothers, whether it's single moms or just moms in general, if that's your target audience, then use that when you're promoting an event. Use that when you're promoting the boot camps. Like really like talk about yourself as a mother and how you've been able to do all these amazing things, and how you cannot wait for all the other like mothers out there to listen to this information. And show some passion when you talk too. Like no one wants to, like, let's say as an example, I was a mom, and I'm not, by the way, but let's say I was, unless you count dog mom, like, anyway. So let's say I was a mother and I'm trying to attract other moms, and I'm just like, yeah, like there's this call, and I've learned a lot from this company and this group and this community, so I really encourage you all to go on the call. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, you're going to learn a lot of information. Check the link in my bio or DM me boot camp, and I'll give you a spot. Would you actually be excited if I came out like that? Like, think about it. Like, would you actually be excited, or would you be like drawn to that person if they were the thing is, you don't have to be loud. You don't have to be screaming at your camera when you're sharing stuff, but at least show emotion. There's people I've seen, and there's many, for those of you that have seen like all the legends in network marketing, you notice a lot of them have different speaking styles. Some of them speak very like mellow, very calmly, but there's still power in their voice. They still show emotion. There's like this emotion, this excitement. You don't have to be screaming like a Jessie Lee, let's say, but that emotion, that excitement, it can still be noticeable even if you're, a bit toned down. Because as an example, so that was one example, like, yeah, exactly, Daniel, like you're not gonna get excited. But what if I was on my stories and I was like, man, like this opportunity just changed my life. And I know it's been so hard for me to, manage trying to have a business and kids, but this community has really pushed me, and seeing all these other mothers out there and seeing how they're doing all this, how all they're having is success, and they're learning all these things and they're growing, and I see their confidence, and like it makes me want to be confident. It pushes me seeing all these other people doing things for themselves, and I think to myself, like, why am I falling behind? And I have access to all these things. And so I'm super, super excited to share with all of you the boot camps that are coming up, because they're absolutely free. And guess what? They're usually only for the team, but I cannot wait. Me as a mother, I know how hard it is to juggle business or even a job with kids and family life, but I want you all to go on this boot camp, because you're going to really see how possible it is. It's not as hard as people think it is, especially if you have a community, if you have a company guiding you. Like, just DM me, I'll hook you up with a spot, and let's grow together. So I wasn't screaming, but you can see the energy, the passion, the enthusiasm, and for those of you that are actually like mothers, it'll be more natural for you, like, because you actually experience it and feel it. I had to kind of, role play a bit here, but that's what I mean. That's promoting. Promoting is making people feel. It's not just announcing a date and a time and a speaker. You really want to make your audience feel, and that's why you got to think about who your target audience is. Now, this is a really old one. It's what I used for the 1%er call I did a bit ago. But this ties into the same example. Like, this is the same example. Many of you just stick a flyer on your stories and you do the little poll and you say limited spots. Like, and that's it. But that's a prime example of just announcing. It's not promoting, right? Because you're not really, like, someone might see that and they'll be like, okay, cool, like, but what is it? Like, what am I going to get out of it? And that's exactly it. Like, think of promoters for events and clubs. Like, these promoters are all in your face. Yeah, they're sticking flyers in your face and they're sticking it all over everywhere. But realistically, if you just see flyers on a wall, and back in the day, when doing that was more popular, right now you don't really see much of that. But if you would walk by, let's say, a bus stop or a school, or you would see like a store with a bunch of flyers, you see the flyers, you look at it, but guess what? You forget about it moments later, because there's nothing really that draws you in. And it's not like they're going to have a whole paragraph on these flyers of the benefits and what you're going to get out of it. But now that you have social media and you have access to social media, that's where you really, really want to take advantage and really dig deep into the benefits that people will get. So creating awareness and curiosity, because that will have people feel like they're missing out if they're not on this call. So, like, a great way to do it, and I encourage all of you to go on your stories and use the countdown feature, because one thing, when you use the countdown feature, you can actually see when people save your countdown. Like, when people save it, you can see. And if there's someone that saved it, that means they're really interested, they want to be notified. You can even message them directly. You can literally message them. You don't have to wait for them to even get on the boot camp. What if you get them started before the boot camp? Like you want to use tools like this because it's really going to help make your life easier versus just sending the link to everybody. What if you had 20 people message you saying they're interested in the boot camp, but what if out of those 20 you got 5 started just because you use tools like this? And if anything, those people that get started, guess what? They can invite for the boot camp. So think big, and really challenge yourselves to not just conform with inviting and that's it. If you can have some people get started before and have them invite, guess what? It grows your numbers. So setting countdowns, creating hashtags, even, I don't know if we could do this, but even creating a hashtag that we can all use for these boot camps where, it kind of creates a theme and also creates excitement. And that applies to anything. If you have an event coming up in your town, in your city, in your country, really think of these features, creating a hashtag for everyone to use, just spamming it. Just like when we had Attendemic, they had the Attendemic filter. We can get creative and do other things like that too. So these are just examples of things that, let's say, Kylie Cosmetics. And the reason why I use Kylie Cosmetics as an example is because their marketing is really, really good. Really, really good marketing. And one thing that I noticed about the beauty influencers and the fashion influencers, and especially the makeup brands, is they always have their promoters or their affiliates creating videos on their stories where, let's say, they're using the product. They use the product and then they tag the company or the brand, and then they repost it and they show it on their stories. And guess what? That shows people actually using the product, because you can be on your stories, you can be saying about how great the AI is, how great signals are, how great the education, the university, the live session, the social media trainings, you can talk about how great those are, but unless people actually see other people using it, it actually makes it more believable. So one thing we can all do as a team, as an example, is why not have a day during the week where you're showing yourself watching a Learn Live, or talking about your favorite product or how to use a product. Do a tutorial. Tutorials aren't just for makeup influencers or gym influencers or fitness influencers showing how to do workouts or how to use products. Get creative, think outside the box. We can actually do tutorials on, hey, how to use a crypto signal, how to use this, how to use that, how to set up a crypto account, because that will create curiosity. And people will message you and be like, hey, what is that? How do you do that? It looks so simple. And that's a conversation starter. So even creating a culture like that with the team, where we're showing us using a Learn Live or using signals, or when someone's setting up an account, show it and tag whoever's directly involved with that. You can tag your mentor, and just that creates a culture of showing people using it, and that creates more belief and more credibility too. So that's something that influencers are really good at, but we could apply here in network marketing as well. So TikToks and Reels, of course, is a great way. Even for the boot camps, you can definitely use TikToks and Reels to promote for the boot camps. And I'm not going to get into too much detail because I know Hiba and Zeke have an amazing training prepared for tomorrow about TikTok and IG. So TikToks and Reels too. So I'm not going to get too much into it. But again, this is a great tool to promote for the boot camps. You can go on and focus more on the business. So this is where you're going to be creating content more so related to social media, maybe online marketing or network marketing, and people that want to build a business online. So if you focus around those type of TikToks, guess what? You're going to have people messaging you interested in building a business versus just customers. And there's nothing wrong with having customers, because we need customers. It's a big part of the business too. But if you feel like you're in a position where it's like, hey, I'm just attracting customers and that's it, well, why not shift it and really use these boot camps to your advantage and start putting out content that relates to online business, but online business with social media. And then post, same thing. Like with posts, I encourage you to post flyers. If there's a flyer for an event, a campaign, definitely post it. Guys, it's part of your brand. If you really look at the big legends in network marketing, they post flyers for their stuff, their campaigns, their events in their feed. I've seen it. And for the Toronto event, I saw a few people do that. For Vegas, for Attendemic. But you really want to get comfortable posting things related to the business, to events, to campaigns on your feed, because it's part of your brand. And if you're not showing off the business that you're in, then how can you expect people to really believe in it if you're not believing enough to share it on your social media too? And that's something we can all get better at. But even myself, but I've seen how these legends do it, and they post events. And the thing is, especially if there's a big event happening, which I will get into this, and with lives, IG lives too. So the thing with events, if there's a specific event you're having, let's say you're having an event for your in your city or in your country, and even with the social media campaign, the boot camps happening, if you have posts related to social media and you're showing it off, and there's a specific theme, just like this is a Valentine's Day theme. But if you have a theme on your feed where people go on and they see a common color, a common theme, a common word, then they'll be like, wow, what's this? They don't even have to go to your stories. You already give them curiosity by them looking at your feed. Another example here, Stormy Wellington. Like she's always posting flyers on her feed. She has something called Pillow Talk. She has, other lives where she features other people on her team or in the industry, and she posts them. And it shows, number one, it shows that she's active, that she's actively, in like with other people, doing lives or events or campaigns, and even her own stuff. She has like meditation mornings sometimes, and like she'll post it and she'll invite her followers. The thing is, if you have lives, if you have like things going on with yourself or the team, like that are regular, and you show it on your feed, then people will be like, oh wow, this happened last week. When are they having the next one? It just creates excitement with your audience, and it creates that curiosity. So she does it very well. Like here, this is just a snapshot of her feed. Of course, she has her lives, her reels, her pictures, but you see every so often she has flyers for events or lives or something that she's doing. And anyone scrolling through it will be like, oh, cool, she did that, she did that. Oh, this is happening in a month. Oh, this happens every Monday, every Wednesday. Okay, cool, let me plug in. I know Christian did, when he was promoting his lives, he was putting out his flyers, and anyone that would come across his page would be like, okay, cool, there's lives happening every Monday or every, let's say, Friday or whichever day it is, and they know to plug in. So that's just one example. Why isn't this going next? Okay. Let me go here. Hold on a sec. This is not cooperating with me. Okay. I had one more slide. I guess it didn't show up in there. But either way, like I said, I was just gonna refresh and like warm you all up because I don't want to go too much in detail, but basically introduce you to what the power of promoting and marketing and social media can do for your business. Now, the next 3 weeks is where you're going to see like the more detailed stuff when it comes to branding, when it comes to networking, when it comes to promoting, marketing. Like you're going to get so much value and so much information from these boot camps. I cannot even wait. And the speaker lineup is going to be amazing. Like the people we picked for these boot camps are people that, number one, have grown a large following on social media, but have also used social media to grow a massive business. So that being said, in terms of the marketing side and the posts, the TikToks, the reels, I just want to challenge all of you. And if I can drop an assignment for this builders call, I want to really focus on this. Okay. So I want all of you to pick some type, like your favorite, whether it's your favorite product or something that you love about like iGenius, and show yourself on your stories, whether it's a tutorial, whether it's showing oh hey a live session with the Learn Live, showing you like opening your laptop and clicking on the Learn Live and then watching someone talking about whether it's forex or crypto or NFTs, and having that, and then tagging your mentor or your upline, so then obviously they can repost it. But doing that, imagine like building onto that and having a section in your highlights where it's like my faves or however you want to word it. Okay, like I'm just wording it that way, but imagine having something like that. People click on it and they see, oh wow, like look at all these people using this product. Or even still, like you can do what the influencers do, and just have a section like crypto automation, and then show people that have set up their crypto accounts or that are setting it up, or like how easy it is to set up a crypto account on Gemini or um all the other platforms. Like just think like that. And I'm sure many of you follow either an influencer or a celebrity that does this on the regular. Really study these people that you follow on social media, like study them and really think outside the box of how you can do what they do, but apply it to this. And you'll see, because many of you are probably like, and this was me at the beginning, like, what do I post on my stories? Like, what do I post? What do I post? I don't want to just be talking for 20 slides or 30 slides or, like, especially if you're always at home. Like, if you're always at home, you're not one that goes out much, you could still do some really good marketing. It's just thinking outside the box and thinking big. But that being said, that's a wrap on this part. I just hope you got warmed up and are excited for the boot camps because, like I said, they're going to be really good. But Builders is not done just yet. We have some promotions and some announcements. Well, one announcement, by the way. Let me stop sharing this. And let me see if I can pull this up. For those of you in Toronto, okay, we have our women's mastermind happening next Saturday on the 18th. And I really want all of you to take advantage of this. And this goes for the guys too. You can start promoting it or start talking about it. Or maybe you know a girl or someone, a female, it's women's only, but maybe, you have a friend or like someone, that is interested in crypto, NFTs, or social media. You can definitely plug them into this. It's going to be a mastermind. And the way we're promoting it is invite only. So there's not going to be a link in bio. There's not going to be anything like that. It's super, super exclusive. Okay. It's really, really exclusive, invite only. And yeah, they're going to have to DM you for a spot. So let me see if I can pull out the flyer real quick just to show you all. And we're gonna drop it in the champions channel. So, okay, there. GCC Ladies Toronto, Women Who Elevate Mastermind, June 18th, invite only. Crypto, NFT, social media marketing. So we're gonna have another flyer come out with the actual location, the date, the time. But this one is like that teaser flyer. So if you're in the Toronto area, GTA, you want to take advantage of this, we're going to drop it in the Champions channel. We also have the story version. So this is like for IG posts, and you have a story version. So we definitely want to plug that in, because the vision for this is to obviously start small. We're starting with 15 people, 15 to 20, then 30. But the goal is to have a massive event in Toronto, like massive, massive, massive. And hey, we're growing that Toronto team. So drop some energy in the chat for this. Even if you're not in Toronto, hey, you can still take advantage of this. You might have someone reach out to you that's in Ontario, in Toronto, and you can definitely plug them into this mastermind. Cool.